photographer, let them know what you're doing, and chances are you'll be able to work out a barter because they'll use your pictures in their portfolio and you can use their pictures in your portfolio. So again, hope I answered your question. Now, for the gentleman who's trying to break into to be a writer, the best advice I can give you is to just do it. And I'm gonna go back again to my humble beginnings at Indigo, New York. When I started Indigo, New York, it was around 1992, and Nike was really pushing Michael Jordan hard. And it was a great commercial slogan that Nike was using and it was just saying, just do it. And that's what really moved me and motivated me along with everything else and the void that was in the whole fashion industry. And I, being the stubborn young kid, I figured, hey, I can do just as great as these cats can, or I can do better. And the slogan was just do it. Start writing. Don't worry about format. You're not an editor. Don't worry about format. Just tell your story. If you have a story to tell, write it down. Don't worry about sentence structure. Don't worry about misspellings. Don't worry about, I didn't write it in a proper book format. Get your manuscript out. Tell your story. Because at the end of the day, that's what people want to read. People don't care, which I'm not saying for you to just be totally illiterate in creating your product, but people really care more about having a great storyline and having a great story than they do about sentence structure. If you get people into the groove, 9 out of 10 times, they'll pretty much go past your sentence structure. But here's the deal. After you write your story out, you get it out. You're not an editor. Major publishing houses have rooms full of editors who only read books and correct them from these authors that you read, and you swear to God that these people wrote this book themselves. No, they have people that go over their books. So you write your book, make sure you get your story out, get your thought out, tell your story, then you can take your book and pass it on to an editor. Maybe it might cost you about $200-300 if you want to pass it on to an editor, but again, you can go to a school where you might run into an English major and say, hey, listen, I would love for you to edit my book and I'll give you editing credits on my book. And they'll read through your book and they'll make those adjustments for you, and you can give them credit, and vice versa. So there's a barter that goes on. When you're starting off on a shoestring budget with any situation, whether it be modeling, whether it be writing books, whether it's filmmaking, whether it's putting together a magazine, whether you're building a rock quarry, you have to look into situations where there's barter. It has to be a level of give and take. And you want to start off with people who are starting off on your level. That's another topic that I'll get into, but getting started, and I'll go back to the Source magazine because I was there in the inception of a lot of things. When you look at the P. Diddy's and the Jay-Z's and everybody else and the Source magazine and XXL magazine, a lot of these magazines and these entertainers grew together because there was a point in time when the hip-hop industry couldn't get into the mainstream magazines. GQ wasn't taking them. Essence wasn't taking them. Ebony wasn't really taking them. So they really didn't have a voice. So they created this hip-hop or this, I don't want to really call it a hip-hop movement, but they created this magazine movement that spoke to the R&B section of the world, or the young hip section of the world. And these artists that came in, they gave them stories, and those magazines gave them publicity, and they grew. And if you look today, you're looking about 15, 18 years later, Diddy's here, Source magazine is here, they rose together. So again, if you want to start off with writing a book, start off with editors who are not at the top of the level. You got to start off with people who are on your level. I hope I'm answering your question, Butch. If not, again, if you're online, if you're watching the show, please just text in and I'll clarify any questions that you may have. Okay, at this point, we're going to walk off. It's been great. This is Joe Grant from On a Shoestring. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope I answered your question. Next week, we're going to be talking about how to get your product together, whatever that is. So if you have any questions about getting your product together, please text it in, or you can go to the website, or you can shoot me an email at www.ghettoeyespub.com. That's www.ghettoeyespub.com, GHETTOEYEZ, or you can email me at joe@ghettoeyespub.com. That's joe@ GHETTOEYEZPUB.com, and I'll answer any of your questions you have, and I'll be here next week. So, signing off from On the Shoestring, my man down on Fulton Street, Beltman. Everybody, like I normally say, it's time for me to put some butter on my shoes and slide on out of here. Peace and love is all it is.